Holding space is about showing up authentically and creating safety in the moments that matter most. From parenting littles to navigating friendships and partnerships, I reframe tantrums, conflicts, and messy feelings as invitations to connection. I'm Julia Clark, a psychotherapist and play therapist with over 30 years of experience walking alongside children, families, and the people who care for them. Each episode explores the building blocks of emotional literacy, co-regulation, and boundaries, while honoring the intergenerational stories we carry within. Blending science with lived wisdom, I believe growth is playful, healing is possible, and we are all learning together. Hi, I'm Julia, and together we're holding space. We've been slowly stacking these ideas, naming feelings, practicing regulation, noticing how safety shows up in our bodies, and using tools like the feelings wheel to bring clarity to what we're really experiencing. Today we're adding another layer. We're talking about the power of two simple words that can shift everything in a hard moment. I feel. Using I feel statements helps us take responsibility for what's going on inside us. It keeps us grounded, connected to our bodies, and helps us avoid blaming or projecting our emotions onto others. When we say things like, "You always do this," or "You never listen," it puts the other person, child or adult, on the defense. But instead, when we say, "I feel overwhelmed," or "I'm starting to feel frustrated," we invite connection, not conflict. This isn't about being calm all the time or never getting upset. It's about how we speak when we do, to ourselves and to others. And this is one of the most important things we can model to our children, that feelings are safe to notice, safe to name, and safe to meet with compassion. A brief history and philosophy. Now, I want to pause and zoom out for a moment, because while I feel statements may sound simple or even trendy, this is not a new idea. In fact, it's been around longer than many of us have even been alive. In the late 1960s, psychologist Thomas Gordon began teaching what he called I messages in his groundbreaking parent effectiveness training programs. His insight was that you statements like "you never listen" or "you always do this" almost always lead to defensiveness and escalation. But shifting to I feel statements changes the entire dynamic. It places the focus back on our own experience rather than on the other person's flaws. It's deceptively simple but powerful because it's rooted in accountability and presence. Instead of blaming, we are owning our inner experience. Instead of shaming, we are expressing. Instead of pushing someone away, we are offering them a way in. And this is deeply aligned with humanistic psychology. Think of Carl Rogers and his concept of unconditional positive regard. The idea that all feelings are welcome, that our experiences are valid, and that when we are truly heard without judgment, healing becomes possible. So when we use I feel statements, we're not just following a communication trick. We're practicing a philosophy, a way of relating that values honesty, accountability, and connection. What this looks like in action. Let's make this practical. You walk into the kitchen, snacks are on the counter, shoes by the fridge, Lego flying through the air. The instinctive reaction might be, "Seriously? You never listen. Why can't you just clean up?" That's the blame talking. Now let's shift. I feel overwhelmed walking into this chaos. I was hoping for calm, and I need a minute to regroup. With your teen, they roll their eyes, mutter, whatever. Blame might sound like, "You're so disrespectful. You never take me seriously." Pause. Shift it to, "I feel hurt when you roll your eyes. Respect matters to me, and I want us to speak to each other kindly." With your partner, they arrive late again, dinner cold on the table. Blame might sound like, "You don't care about me at all. You're always late." Pause. Shift it to, "I feel hurt and alone when I eat dinner by myself. I was really looking forward to sharing this meal with you." The teacher in the classroom. The noise level is rising. You're feeling overwhelmed. Blame might sound like, You're disrupting everyone. You never listen in class. Pause. Shift it to, I feel distracted and frustrated when the room gets so loud. Let's take a quiet moment together so we can get back on track. The coach on the sidelines. A player freezes after a mistake. Blame might sound like, you're messing up the whole game. Focus already. Pause. Shift it to, I feel concerned when I see you freeze. Let's take a breath together and reset for the next play. With yourself. The inner critic sneaks in. What's wrong with me? I can't get it together. Pause. Shift it to, I feel tired and scattered. I need a break to reset and take care of myself. Each of these shifts matters. They move us from blame to ownership, from accusation to honesty, from disconnection to the possibility of repair. Take a breath with me now. Inhale. Exhale. Notice your body. Is there tightness, warmth, restlessness? Can you name it? I feel anxious. I feel sad. I feel frustrated. I feel excited. This practice helps your nervous system feel seen, bringing you back to presence in the moment. Here are a few gentle invitations to practice this week. Pause and breathe before reacting. Place your hand on your body. I like to place mine over my heart and breathe. Name what you feel. I feel ... And if you're ready, add what you need. I need a moment. I need a hug. I need help. And when your child says, I feel ... pause. Listen and respond with something like, thank you for telling me. Whew, that makes sense. I'm here. These small moments build trust, safety, and connection, teaching your children, your partners, your students, and yourself that feelings can be shared without shame. This isn't just something we do in family life or partnerships. It's also how I show up in the playroom with children. When a child is overwhelmed, I don't meet them with blame or control. I meet them with presence, grounded in my own I feel awareness. Because here's the thing, children often express their I feel statements symbolically, through play, through stories, through the worlds they create with toys and sand and art. Our job is to listen deeply, to meet those feelings with compassion and steadiness, and hold space for what they may not yet have words for. Next time, we'll be diving deeper into what that looks like, how play therapy becomes a language of feelings, and how we as adults can learn to listen in that language with the same openness and respect. I feel is a small phrase with big power. It builds bridges, not walls. It models emotional honesty and responsibility. It creates safety in our relationships, and it reminds us that accountability and compassion can coexist. This is part of our Holding Space series, where we learn to slow down, speak from the heart, and build stronger, safer connections. Thank you for being here and for holding space with me. If the content of this podcast really resonated with you and you'd like to go even deeper, I'd love to invite you to step into this work more fully. Beyond the podcast, there are many ways that we can connect. Individual therapy for your child, parent coaching or support for yourself, and deeper I Am sessions that explore intergenerational patterns. Additionally, I also offer webinar workshops and weekend retreats for parents, classes, intensive trainings and supervision for therapists, and large group presentations for educators or school presentations. Each are designed to help us hold space for the next generation of children in safe, attuned, and meaningful ways. You can learn more and explore what fits best for you at clarity.family.